What's up, everybody? Matt Wisney here, MXPTV, and welcome to WOZ Up Live. Here this week, I've been back home. We got a lot to go over today, just kind of going over what's been going on in MXPTV. That's what we're doing with these shows, is kind of just show you what's been going on and what's coming up for us. So this past weekend, we just finished up doing the Elizabeth City Qualifier last weekend. First Loretta Lynn Qualifier in the Northeast region was an awesome time. I've been there pretty much every year for the past 3 years or so, and it's been pretty good. I mean, it's last year was a mutter. This year, it's been it started off with some rain on Friday. We showed up like Friday afternoon, right after practice pretty much finished, and also a rainstorm came in right after. It was probably like a rainstorm, probably for like an hour or so, from what I heard. So was pumped to be there. I think you know, just to check out Friday. It seemed like the drainage system and everything else was really good. I thought they really stepped up their basically track maintenance throughout the whole time, and I think it was great. You know, so they did really well with that. Also, you know, in the racing, I mean, the racing wise was good. I mean, turnout was pretty solid. I heard around 500 for the whole weekend, which was good, and I think it was some good racing. I mean, A classes, for example, you know, Jeremy Wendelken out there. Only see him in the North Carolina races, you know, every year or so. It seems like when I pop down there, he was on his, you know, monthly two-stroke. A lot of two-strokes out there in the A classes. I think even I think it was in 250A. I think the top 4 or 5 guys were on two-strokes, so they were. So it's good to hear that noise a little bit. I'm sure all you guys like that sound always. So. But you know, Jeremy took the Open Pro Sport and 258 win on his two-strokes, so awesome rides by him. Also Jamal Porter, Michael Barnum as well. Will Lofstrom on the 250F, but still he was hauling all weekend long, it looked like. From what I saw, Jamal Porter took a nasty hit. I don't know if you've seen the crash video that was posted this morning. You know, took a nasty hit there in one moto. That basically shook him up kind of the rest of the weekend, but he was still in the mix even after that. So I was impressed to see him come back after that and really, you know, put it to him. So, you know, in the B classes, actually, we're winding back to the A classes a little bit. Kenny Vanarchik, who's right here, local here, Clayton, Delaware rider, he kind of debuted his A class ride. Pretty much, he's riding from one KTM, and he's got a nice setup going. You know, he looked really fast throughout the whole weekend. First 8 races, kind of didn't know what to expect really from him, but you know, there was a hunch, pretty much expecting that he would be within top 5 maybe or so, and he pulled off a 3rd and a 6th overall in his races on Saturday. So he was, again, looking really good. You know, talking to them, it just seemed like they just need, you know, just more time in the class, it seems like. So, you know, I think just getting used to the A class deal. They were kind of pointing out of the B class, kind of into A now. So, you know, really pumped for them. Kenny looked really good out there, so it was good. Now to the B classes now. Jared Jennings, former New Yorker, now North Carolina rider. Now he won the B class down to 250B and took a 3rd in Schoolboy 2 as well. Definitely looked quick. I think he was only there Sunday, I believe, but he still looked really fast out there, and he's stepping up a little bit each year, and hopefully this little Road to Loretta's thing will help him out, and you know, this year, and you know, dragging him out there. But he looked really good. Also shout out to Damon Manis as well. If you saw him out there, if you were out there this weekend, it's 51 on the Honda 2-stroke. He's been in the highlight videos a bunch this week, and just hauling on that Honda 250 2-stroke bike. He was going really good. Took a 1st in 250B limited actually, so you know, definitely no slouch there, and just looked impressive, looked fast, looked real smooth, I thought. I mean, just some of the downsides, the jumps I saw, things like that, he was just doing really well. So, you know, props to him for sure. C class, kind of, I mean, as always, pretty wild, but in 250C and 250C limited, Jeffrey Ackerman, I believe, is a Florida rider. He came up and threw in his Northeast qualifying, and he looked really good. He looked really good. He had a couple shots of him in the highlight videos as well, so he would look really solid. Also qualified in the Schoolboy 1 and 2 classes as well. So again, not just C class, but he can really move it up in the Schoolboy classes as well. 450B as well. River Hancock as well. He was 29 on the Kawasaki all weekend long. Just again, looked really fast out there. Really stood out to me, and put on some good rides. He won the 450B class, 450B limited. Kyle Bushy, Vermont rider, came over and you know, took the trip down and took a win. So it was you know, looked great out there as well. And Jersey's own Mike Giovanelli, the top 3 in the 450s. You know, I think he would have been winner up there. He had a couple bad starts and from some of the motos I saw, but Definitely one rider to mix it up there for sure. Another rider kind of throwing out there, the two-stroke class, always was kind of the, the favorite. I guess the amateur race is always the one to go to the fence and just here, I mean, Sean DeMorland from Maryland, always done well at the mama races. He's stepped up it this year a lot. I mean, his ride looks really good now, start off the year. So he took a win in the two-stroke class. By the way, I think he had the best sounding bike I've probably have heard in quite a while. I think, and his bike, his Yamaha 250 two-stroke was sounding mint. Check the highlight videos after the show if you haven't heard it. So I mean, just awesome riding, 43 on the Yamaha. So definitely there. And into the youth classes, Mason Tucker, 50cc 4-6 limited, sweeping both motos, looked very dominant out there. Definitely looks like he's going to Loretta this year, and I think, why not be a favorite for the title? He looks really good out there, and just really solid. 7A class was kind of all over the place a little bit, but Xander Bryan, another Maryland rider, mama rider, coming in, taking the 7A class, done really well. And I definitely keep your eye out for Logan Best as well. He's a real jumper when it comes to these tracks, and he's always looked really fast. So definitely, definitely an eye to keep on there. Actually, one of the top rider videos I did was that Justin Rodbell took home 4 overall wins in Mini Senior 1 and 2 and Super Mini 1 and 2 this past weekend, and he looked good. This seemed like his first motos were like top 3 finishes, second or third, maybe fourth or so, and then he would just turn it around in this last moto and just win it. So his wins in the second motos were really solid, and that helped him out with the overalls. But you had James McIlvaine in there. He looked very fast as well, mixed it up, hometown track I believe it was for him, so he kind of in the familiar territory for him. Josh Strickland, Jack Rogers, just kind of getting his feet wet in the mini senior class, really looked solid in them. Also Super Mini, Gene Christian, who's also a south of the border rider, he really stepped it up as well. He ran our helmet camp for one of his motos on Sunday, and he looked really good as well. Really quick riders. And also you have Jordan Jarvis, who, while dominating the girls class, and is pretty much one of the title favorites to win the championship at Loretta in the girls class this year, both the 12-16 and 9-13 classes. I think she's well on her way. I think she's been working on it. She's just missed it the last couple years, and she's really turned it up again this year. She's mixing up even with the Super Mini class. I think she was 3rd overall or something in the Super Mini or the Mini Senior classes, so she's really going good. Tyler Pantley from Florida came all the way from Florida all the way up. A lot of guys coming up from all over. It seemed like going to Elizabeth City, to sweeping all 4 motos in Schoolboy 1 and 2. Just look solid. And, we'll see what happens at the regional. Obviously, Loretta's in August. Kind of last one we're gonna bring up is Alexa West in the women's class, taking the win over some pretty fast competition. You have Chelsea Newball, Amanda Brown, WMX rider, WMX Pro riders. They had some bad motos there, and Alexa West was able to stay 2-2 in that class for the win. So and New York's Madison Seguin as well also looked very fast in the girls classes and also in the women's class. So yeah, those are pretty much the top riders from Elizabeth City that I saw that kind of stood out to me. That you hit record, and something you just see a really good shot from them, I think. So they rode well. As far as the other riders, I mean, there's plenty of riders that qualified and made it and stuff. A lot of the vet guys, a lot of results all over the place on them. So just props to everyone for whoever made the top 8 to go to the regional. Awesome. And as far as the content goes for that, we posted a ton of content this week from Elizabeth City. Probably almost too much, I think, but we did a lot. And we included 2 helmet cams, Blake Thompson in 250A. And Gene Christian in the I think it was a Schoolboy 1 class, but it wasn't the thrilling qualifying class, just a 13 class. Just kind of won that on a Super Mini, so it's a really cool helmet cam video there. Also 3 battle videos, both the Open Pro Sport motos and I believe the first moto, the 250A. 2 highlight videos. I did them a little differently this time. I kind of just did them through they were actually up on Vimeo, but they're only viewable through my site. So if you want to see them, go right to MXPTV.com, which you should be there right now, and you'll watch them later. They're pretty cool. Kind of doing a little different twist with them this year, and I think they'll be a lot more fun to watch. So, but they'll only be on MXPTV, so make sure you check that out. Also, the photo galleries from Matt Rice, 2 full photo galleries from Saturday and Sunday, as well as a Smug Mug gallery. The Smug Mug gallery will be plugging out all year long. Smug Mug basically means it's where basically all the photos that were shot and are available for sale, you know, prints, downloads, whatever it may be. So make sure you head over to the Smug Mug to see even more photos. There's hundreds of photos on there. Just I think to divide between minis and big bikes. So sift through them, pick what you need, and you know, order some pictures there. So it definitely helps out. And we also posted an air tour video, kind of aerial highlights of the, you know, from the weekend, threw the bird up there and got it flying. And so check out that video as well. And also this morning we, as I mentioned before, posted 2 crash videos this morning, and there's some good ones. So Jamal Porter's crash there in the first 58 moto, just a brutal hit there, but you know, didn't finish the moto, but he did finish the rest of the weekend out, and in a full gated C class. That's all I gotta say. So just check them out and all there. So moving on from Elizabeth City, I think the next area qualifier we're gonna probably do. It really depends what happens. It really depends on the scheduling, what shoots I have going on. Really don't even think, I mean, quickly plan yet. I mean, I was planning on going to Tomahawk in a couple weeks, but that's the weekend at Daytona, which we'll get into that a little bit more later. But anyways, so we'll see. Regionals are tough too, depending on the national situation, which I'm not sure what's going on yet with that. So we'll have to figure about that later. Also, we'll dive into some Supercross. Atlanta last weekend. Awesome. Good to see that on TV, and you know, a lot of great racing again. You know, Roxon taking the 450 win, his second of the year for a rookie. You know, for first full year for a rookie, let's say, and he's within 9 points of Ryan Villapoto right now. So the two training buddies really helping each other out, I think, a lot, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see how that folds. I think with them two kind of working together, a lot of people saying it's a bad thing, man, saying it's a good thing. To me, I mean, it's good all the way around. I think, you know, I mean, Ryan is kind of on the last legs of his career in a way, kind of, and he's kind of winding it down a little bit. He's been at his peak already, I believe, and you know, I think Kenny coming in, I think it kind of livens it up, and also brings, you know, I wouldn't say wind it down too much. I mean, he's still on it as always, but you know, Roxon's just getting into the 450s, while Villapoto has already got numerous titles and race wins already under his belt. But I think just having them two together and get along, and you know, basically letting them know that they are helping each other out is going to be good. You know, if it comes down to a title situation where it's, say, they're tied going into the main event of Vegas, I mean, it'll be interesting to be Alvin Baker right there. You're pretty much just like, yeah, any of my riders are going to win. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Also, in brief, about the Brock Tickle Lessie thing, it happened. It sucked. Move on. Martin Davalos 250 taking the main event win, his first ever after I don't know how many years, and pumped for him to finally get it. And he's called that one, is pretty much his home track, pretty much is that one. And you know, he's an MTF rider, and obviously from Ecuador, but coming in and really doing well. So pumped for him as well. He gives him, you know, he's now 2 points behind Adam Cincerello, who was second in the main event that last week, and he took a brutal beating in the heat race, and just to get him through and all that. And but I mean, the 450s, I mean, the points go, you know, you have Villapoto, Roxon, Stewart, Dungey, and Brayton that have pretty much the legitimate shot of within a title, I would say, right now. You know, Brayton is pretty far back, but not too far out of it, I think. But I think there's still hope, I believe. There's a big gap between Stewart and Roxon for second and third, but of 17 points. But we're getting close to halfway point. A lot of weird things can happen. A lot of things weird have happened already. So we'll it's a wait and see, I guess. But I'm, you know, as a Supercross fan, I'm pumped to be watching, definitely. So and then the 250 East, I mean, Cincerello, Davalos, and it's again still early, but it's a shorter series, so than the 450. So you really have to, you know, maximize your points as much as you can. Blake Baggett, Justin Bogle on the podium last weekend. Freezy, Vince Freezy, Blake Wharton, and Cole Thompson all have pretty much a shot at it right now for, I think, for the top spot. It's just going to be, again, things are going to have to shift and see what happens. It might be, you know, might be a rookie coming up, maybe Pacheco coming up, and a couple of the riders that can really step it up for Indy this weekend. So it'll be interesting to see how that racing will all unfold. Pretty pumped to see that this weekend. I think this weekend I'm going to be staying home this weekend, really work out, you know, get prepared for Daytona. So so I'll be watching on TV, I'm sure, and watching it all unfold. So I think it'll be good. Switching gears now to Arena Cross. Arena Cross was in Reno last weekend, and I'll tell you what, it was, you know, it was a key round in this series, just because after you're done with Reno, the chase for the championship, or the race for the championship, as Arena Cross likes to call it, starts up. You know, it's now the top 10 riders in the points are the championship. If you're 11th, you're out. The 11th place guy actually was Kelly Smith. He just missed out on the top 10, so he's in the battle for 11th right now. So I think that's going to be how he's going to do it. And but you know, you have Tyler Bowers, Zach Games, Jacob Hayes, Kyle Riegel, Willie Browning, Corey Green, Mike McDade, who rode injured for that one to make it in the top 10, was able to do it. So he's in 7th, but again, he's he's now 4 points behind instead of 50 or 60, whatever it was behind. Colt Nichols, Travis Sewell, and Garrett Steinke was able to get into that 10th spot. So again, it's going to be really interesting to see how this all unfolds the next few weeks. I think Tulsa is this weekend, so going to be some great racing, as always with Arena Cross, and I think this is going to make it this is where everything goes down. I think it's going to be real interesting to see. You got watching in person, as far as I know, because TV's like 5-6 weeks later, I think, for Arena Cross. But tune in to live tweets from Arena Cross or whatever. I won't be at the rest of the rounds, but we'll update as much as we can about what's happening, because I feel it's gonna be exciting when it goes down. So now talked a little bit about Daytona a little bit. Daytona is going to be a big weekend for me. It's basically doing 2 live race shows. Last year, if you remember, live show didn't work out too well. Just things didn't happen. Things didn't work out the way it was planned. It was all set on one day too. It was no test day or anything else like that. So this year, planning to do a test day, planning to do to get all that stuff figured out before the race days start up. It's going to be pretty exciting. Happy to have the show is presented by WOZ as well. They have stepped up as title sponsor of the shows. They sponsored it last year, and even with the live stuff not working out, they're still willing to step up even more this year. And I'm really pumped to be appreciated that they're supporting the show and making it happen. And I think it's going to be probably something that's going to take off really well, and I think it's going to be something big, I hope, and it's going to be important, I think. And I've been spending the winter working on this, and it's going to be good. I mean, obviously testing right now. This is kind of testing right now as it is for these shows. So but obviously that's going to be on a much bigger and a pretty much more stressful scale, because I won't be in my room in Daytona doing it, so it'll be a little different. So yeah, I mean, also with W on board, we also have Kite Wheels on board as well, supporting the show as well. We got Moto Hose on board as well. And also Nihilo Concepts just stepped on board as well. I think they're awesome companies. Make sure you check out their site, support them. They're just supporting a really cool thing that's going to happen in the sport, I would say. I mean, I don't want to say a thing, but it's going to be something that's going to really I think it's going to step apart from a lot of other things you'll see out there, and I think it's going to be good. Like I said, everything, just the testing and the edited clips that have gone into it are looking really solid right now. And it'll be good. So but to check out the shows, basically right here on MXPTV.com. That's where you're gonna find them. And it'll be Sunday, Monday afternoon, March 9th and 10th. The times we'll iron them out more early next week. I'll have more firm dates, firm times when they come up. It'll be in the afternoon, I would say around 5 or 6. Not really sure on a set time yet, like I said, but it'll be around that time, and I think it'll be good. I think it's gonna be we're gonna do some different coverage there like usual, and hopefully this will be a look into what the rest of the year is going to be, because this is my big goal, is to work on the live stuff and everything. So and I should have a preview video out early this week as well, coming up about Monday, maybe Tuesday the latest. Have a little preview of what's going to be going on, and get you fired up for the show. It's going to be good. As far as upcoming races go, obviously we just talked about it, Daytona coming up. We'll be shooting the Supercross also Saturday night as well. Do a little bit of that, and then we'll also obviously full Sunday and Monday for the Amateur Supercross. This is our 5th year covering. It is the 5th year of the event, so we've been there every year, and really pumped to be back there again and being able to do what we do. So, and also we'll the next race we'll do as well. We'll do the South of the Border Loretta Lynn Qualifier for the Southeast region, which will be the next weekend after Daytona, so the 15th, 16th. So we'll be there for that. Haven't been to the South of the Border for a race yet, so I'm really looking forward to going here and seeing a race go down and be work out pretty good, I'd say. So Well, yeah, I think that pretty much concludes everything. I mean, thanks for checking out the show as always. Make sure you check us out on social media sites as well: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus. Make sure you follow us all on there. We do a lot of updates on there all the time. Instagram, we always do like behind the scenes stuff that will come up and be pretty cool. Also, we'll be doing a lot of cool things with with the live feeds and everything else, the live shows that we'll be doing, and also we've been doing some site upgrades a little bit. If you've seen a little bit yesterday, if you check on your phones or iPads at all, we've been doing some mobile site tweaks. Nothing's full yet, nothing's fully going yet, but so give me a little bit of time, we'll get that all figured out. And also another thing I want to plug out too is that I'm doing rider videos this spring as well. So if you're interested in doing a rider video at all that wants to appear right here on MXPTV or just for yourself, great for sponsors, great for your family and friends to watch, things like that. I'll be available for most of the spring to do that. Scheduling depends, when you want to do it, and we'll make it work. So there's a new updated rider video services page on the top right on MXPTV.com. Check that out. Gives you kind of a good starting point of what videos you want. I have a few packages that you can do, and make it all work. So, but overall, that will do it for this WOZ Up Live. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure, just check MXPTV throughout the week. We'll actually have a gallery from Glenn Helen today. Matt Rice is actually way out in California right now. He was shooting the action at Glen Helen today with Cooper Webb and a few other riders as well out there. So check for a gallery of that pretty soon. And gallery info on MXPTV. That's where we'll update as much moto as we can possibly do. So, but thanks for watching, and we will cue this out and see you at the races.